Beloved, listen. Everything is about to shift. The slow season, it's over. Those quiet months when nothing seemed to move, I was preparing you. Every delay, every not yet moment was building something bigger than you imagined. What you've been waiting for is closer than you think, but it won't arrive how you expect. Doors will slam open. The right people will appear exactly when needed. Opportunities will come fast, too fast to overthink. This isn't luck. This is my timing unleashed. You might feel overwhelmed by the speed. That's normal. You're more ready than you realize. Trust the chaos. Trust the rush. I don't give you anything you can't handle or open doors you can't walk through. Stay alert. Stay flexible. When I say move, move. The acceleration has already started. I listen whenever your thoughts drift my direction, whether they rise as bright hopes or as weary sighs. Nothing you share is overlooked. Each worry, plan, or silent dream matters. You have pointed toward goals that look unreachable from where you stand, yet you still speak to me about them. You risk trust while uncertainty presses close, and that courage is recognized. Remember that my reach is not confined by visible boundaries. Together we will move toward the change you yearn to see. When your confidence shakes, you ask me to steady it, and I will. Assurance to me is not loud or proud. It is a quiet openness that lets help in. I am glad when you ask for what is good, both for yourself and for those you care about. Set down the weight you try to carry alone. You were not built to shoulder everything. Allow me to share that load and give you room to breathe. Pause, inhale, and accept the calm I offer in this moment. My steady care does not flicker or retreat. It remains through every season. Listen to the end, and insight will rise within, clear and practical. Your inner life will notice the shift even before outer events change. My presence surrounds and fills you, not as noise but as quiet strength. Lean on what is true. Lean on what I show you. Joy will follow as you witness new openings taking shape around you. Each morning I repeat these truths so you wake with fresh perspective. Turn from habits that dull your awareness so you can see the steady good that lines your path. Even those who oppose you sense the care that rests on your life. Their aim is to unsettle your trust, yet they will not prevail. You are sheltered and supported, wrapped in care that does not fail. Generosity waits for you, not as distant promise, but as present reality. Speak about it with calm conviction, and live as though it is already here. Let your daily choices display my enduring commitment to your welfare. I stand beside you, and provision will meet each essential need. Obstacles that trap or limit you are already weakening. Let peace grow in your home. Choose words that build rather than cut. Illness, shortage, and conflict are real, yet you do not face them unaccompanied. Ask for help freely and honor our connection through every routine task. I did not choose you because you check every box. I chose you because my care is not conditional. Past errors are forgiven and new direction is provided step by step. You walk in company. You have an ally who does not drift. Your calls for assistance reach me, and support is dispatched in ways you may not see at first. Stay close. Keep listening. Hold the words you receive. The purpose woven through your life will not collapse. Guard your deepest loyalty. Allow no substitute to displace it. When you yield your whole self, strength and favor rise within. Every effort that aligns with clear guidance will prosper in its right time. Sense my care as a broad river of quiet peace that moves steadily and does not rush. I remain with you in laughter and in grief, on level roads and steep climbs. When shadows lengthen, I guide each step without impatience. A steady glow has been placed inside you so others may notice possibility. Through you, kindness becomes visible in places that once felt harsh. When storms batter and energy fades, rest here and gather fresh resolve. I knew you before your first breath and hold knowledge of every turning ahead. Step near with an open heart. The load I hand you is light compared to the weight you try to lift alone. Peace that exceeds reason is within reach, and that peace fuels renewed strength for the path. Tests will arise, deception will aim to erode your hope. Hold to the simple truth. My care is constant and cannot be stripped away. Do not accept voices that paint you as abandoned. Deep water may rise, yet you will not sink. Flames may glare, yet they will not consume what truly matters. My attention has no limit, and fresh mercy greets every sunrise. Keep your sight on me, and I will point out the next clear step. Inside that guidance, you will find life defined by peace rather than fear. Bring every weakness into open conversation with me. Refusal to hide is strength, not shame. I remain your refuge, a safe place stronger than any threat. Let my teaching guard your mind, my truth shield your hopes, and honest words act as a bright blade against confusion. Challenges may loom, but I furnish what is needed to keep moving. So speak openly of care and loyalty. I am near and interested in each word you share, no matter how faint. Energy fills open spaces when you voice gratitude. When you say you love me, that simple line matters. Your voice is heard, your value affirmed. Come without hiding. I know the full story and still welcome you. I do not demand flawlessness. I invite closeness. Let trust grow bold like a lantern lifted high in a dark field. Display your connection through honest conduct. Tell of steady goodness when circumstances look uncertain. Declare reliability even before results appear. Such practice shifts inner atmospheres and lightens heavy rooms. Every choice to prefer lasting good over instant comfort pushes back gloom. Your loyalty stands firm against fear and despair. Remember these things and keep walking forward. When these words settle and calm spreads through your thoughts, let gratitude turn outward. Consider people you know whose nights are long and whose daylight feels heavy. Choose one small action that can bring them relief. Perhaps a note, a meal, or a listening ear. You're not asked to solve every dilemma. You're asked to pass along assurance you have received. A gentle word given at the right time can loosen knots of worry more than grand speeches. Allow your own comfort to become comfort for others, so the circle keeps moving. This act, born from thankfulness, carries quiet power. You will notice that kindness shown grows courage within you as well. The more you give, the more capacity you find to keep giving. Sharing does not drain you. It expands space for new joy. It also grounds lofty ideas in ordinary life, where they become real. You may feel small, yet your touch can lighten someone's burden in ways you cannot measure. Do not delay because you fear falling short. Sincerity outweighs polish. Remember how often a simple presence steadied you, and offer the same steady presence now. In this way, my care moves through many lives instead of stopping with yours. Picture warmth spreading from lamp to lamp along a quiet street, each light fed by the one before. That is how reassurance travels when you decide to pass it on. Small beginnings often lead to larger patterns of hope. The act of giving confirms that you truly believe the words you heard. Generosity acts as practice for deeper trust. When you help another, you place both of you inside the same safety I offer. Their worries come into view under my light, and my steadiness meets them. You become a witness, watching encouragement land and take root. This too reinforces your confidence each time you see it happen. While you pour out, remain attentive to your own limits. Rest when you need rest. Laugh when you find laughter. Breathe when you feel tightness rise. Care is not a contest of endurance. It is a rhythm of receiving and giving. If you sense fatigue, return to me and be restored. Your worth does not depend on production. I value presence above performance. Therefore, listen, act, pause, and listen again. In the quiet spaces, I will remind you that your story and their stories are linked, not ranked. Comparison fades when you focus on the unique path before you. When jealousy tries to speak, answer with gratitude. When pride taps your shoulder, remember we stand on level ground in my care. Let humility be both anchor and sail, keeping you steady while moving you forward. Do not overlook the ordinary neighbor because you are searching for some grand stage. Needs often hide behind familiar doors. Listen well, and you will hear them. At times you will be the one in need, and others will lift you. Accept help with the same grace you hope to show. Receiving and giving are two strokes of the same heartbeat. Hold them both with open hands. When gratitude shapes your hours, bitterness finds little room to grow. Celebrate progress, however slight, and treat setbacks as lessons, not verdicts. Let patience guide the pace. Real change is seldom abrupt. You plant ideas when you speak kindly, and you water them when you stay consistent. In time, they become solid habits of hope, both in you and in those around you. Trust this slow work. Remember that unseen roots support visible growth. The quiet part of the process matters as much as the part everyone sees. Your task is not to force results, but to remain faithful to each small prompting. Measure success by love shown and courage shared, not by headlines. As you move through days, you will notice fresh possibilities opening. Paths cross, resources appear, wisdom surfaces in conversation. Call these moments what they are. Gifts, not coincidences. Say thank you aloud, even when no one else is around to hear. This spoken gratitude tunes your heart to notice further good. Let delight surprise you. Let hope breathe freely. Let compassion broaden your perspective. Soon you will look back and see a trail of quiet victories. Each small choice linked together forms a story of steady kindness. That story will encourage others to start their own lines of giving. In this way, the calm you found multiplies without noise or fanfare. Let your affection deepen through moments quietly spent with me. Affection is more than feeling. It is an everyday decision made again and again. It shows in attention, in honesty, in choices taken when no one else sees. Your life, willingly placed in my hands, brings me honest joy. Missteps will occur. Questions will surface. Fatigue will return. None of these end our relationship. Each time you turn back, your movement itself becomes a small song of trust. Repeat the words you once whispered. I love you, my Lord. Say them when dawn glows and when night folds around you. Say them when energy runs high and when discouragement hangs low. Let those words rise above loud distractions and quiet self-doubt. Speak them not as duty, but as breathing. As you speak, motives clarify, thoughts grow clear, and purpose steadies. Affection realigns scattered priorities. It brushes dust from forgotten hopes and calls them forward again. It softens hard corners left by disappointment. It gives courage to attempt what yesterday felt impossible. Stand in that freedom. You do not need to manufacture shape or script. Simply love, and let that love shape you. Nothing you give from a genuine heart returns empty. I return care with deeper care and grace with deeper grace. You cannot exhaust generosity at its source. Receive without embarrassment, then release with joy. Remember, security grows where gratitude flows. Jealousy, fear, and resentment shrink in such conditions. Stay aware of this pattern. Feed it with consistent practice. Choose silence for reflection. Then choose words that build. Choose rest when needed. Then choose action when prompted. Do not allow perfectionism to freeze progress. Small steps, taken honestly, hold great strength. When uncertainty whispers, hold the line of earlier clarity. You once knew my steadiness. It has not changed. Return to that memory as often as necessary. Let past provision remind you that future challenges will also meet answers. Simply close your eyes and name one good thing you still hold. In dark moments, light often enters through such simple doors. Invite me into those rooms. I'm already near but waiting to be welcomed. Your welcome does not activate my presence. It activates your awareness. Awareness then guides perception, and perception guides choices. From choices flow habits. From habits flow character. Thus, a single yes today can reorient an entire season. Do not underestimate steady accumulation. People around you will notice calm where they expected tension. They will notice joy that outlasts bad news. Some will ask for reason, and you can tell them honestly, I walk with steady guidance. No lecture needed, only simple story. If they reject it, wish them well and keep living the story. If they accept it, walk beside them while they learn. Your task is presence, not control. Allow me to handle outcomes. Celebrate together when growth appears. Weep together when losses sting. Shared life enriches both celebration and mourning. Solitude has its place, but isolation drains strength. Invite trustworthy voices, listen deeply, and speak truth kindly. Let laughter visit often, especially when tension tries to rule. Humor eases knots and reminds everyone that joy is allowed. Rest is allowed too. Take evenings off without guilt. You are finite. Honor that finitude. Drink water when thirsty. Sleep when tired. Eat when hungry. Care for your body honors the life you were given. While you attend to physical health, guard mental space as well. Do not let every opinion settle inside you. Test words. Keep what builds and release what corrodes. Stay curious, ask questions, remain teachable. The world is wide and learning continues through every age. Growth is not reserved for youth. Keep stretching intellect, heart, and compassion together. Notice the interconnectedness of all thriving. When one part of creation suffers, the rest feels the strain. Therefore, act with respect toward land, creatures, and neighbor alike. Steward resources wisely so future hands inherit healthy foundations. This too is part of love. Integrity and small uses of power guards against large abuses later. Keep your yes and no clear. Stay truthful even when fiction would be easier. Your inner peace is worth that discipline. If missteps occur, own them quickly. Admission of fault prevents shame from rooting. Receive forgiveness and adjust behavior. Every apology you offer waters humility and trains resilience. Practice forgiving others with the same speed you hope to receive forgiveness. Resentment is heavy. Set it down before muscles cramp. Do not confuse forgiveness with lack of boundaries. Healthy limits protect trust and allow respect to regrow. Ask me for wisdom when boundaries feel unclear. Pause before speaking in anger. Many disputes fade when given a moment of calm. If words already escaped and caused harm, pursue repair early. Relationships heal more easily when addressed quickly. Seek clarity, seek understanding, seek mutual growth. Remember that my guidance values truth and kindness at once. One without the other is incomplete. Hold them together and balance follows. When decisions loom, take time to weigh motives. Move from a place of peace rather than panic. Panic narrows vision. Peace broadens perspective. If you cannot find peace, wait and ask again. Rushing rarely yields wise results. Trust that opportunities meant for you will remain until you are ready. You do not have to grasp or scramble. Step at a sustainable pace. Persistence accomplishes what frenzy promises but seldom delivers. Celebrate modest milestones, for they mark actual ground gained. Let songs, poems, and good stories remind you of hope. Artful words awaken parts of the mind technical data cannot reach. Yet even art is a servant, not a master. Keep it in its proper place. Screen your influences. Your attention is valuable. What fills your mind shapes your mood. Choose content that lifts or challenges toward good. Avoid endless intake of outrage. Outrage erodes discernment. Rest your senses in silence each day, even briefly. Silence allows echoes to fade so fresh guidance can be heard. In that quiet, you will often detect simple directions like threads leading forward. Follow one thread at a time. Focus clears confusion. When you feel weak, remember weakness is not failure. It is a signal to lean back on steady arms. I do not shame frailty. I meet it with strength. Keep conversation open, and you will sense support rising. One day you will notice you have become an answer to prayers you once prayed. Growth often reveals itself in hindsight. Remain humble about progress. Humility keeps the path open. Offer thanks whenever you see evidence of movement. Gratitude confirms direction and fuels further steps. Seal this commitment in your own words. Speak them out loud if possible. Write them if needed. Carry them inside always. Let them remind you that you are heard, valued, and accompanied. I am here, steady as sunrise, present in every ordinary moment. Let that awareness steady you. Then let it send you forward with quiet confidence. Keep walking even when the path feels ordinary, for faithfulness thrives in ordinary soil. Small deeds finished today prevent daunting piles of unfinished plans tomorrow. Speak encouragement to yourself as readily as you speak it to friends. Self-compassion is not indulgence. It is honest recognition of shared human limits. Let curiosity guide learning, but let wisdom filter what you adopt. Remember that stillness is not laziness. It is strategic space for renewal. Use quiet hours to review, to release, and to realign. Use active hours to create, to serve, and to celebrate. Balance flows when input and output share the same rhythm. Do not fear seasons of hidden growth. Roots strengthen away from public view. In the waiting rooms of life, practice hope instead of restlessness. Hope looks forward with open hands rather than clenched fists. When sunset arrives, close the page with a thankful heart. Rest well, trusting that unfinished lines can be continued tomorrow. Sleep becomes an act of trust when you remember that care continues through the night. Rise tomorrow ready to discover good you did not expect today. Let kindness be your default reaction, even when pressure mounts uninvited. Finish each day knowing connection matters more than flawless performance. Choose peace. My dear one, when something is missing, speak up. I know every concern before you form it, yet I value the confidence that grows when you bring it to me. Crying alone in dark corners helps no one, for I have called an end to your isolation. Promises around you may falter. Mine remain steady. I watched people drift away and leave you questioning their honesty. I am not like companions who vanish when trouble appears. I stay. While crowds change course without warning, I remain loyal beyond the closest friend. My nearness becomes your sturdy shelter, undisturbed by turmoil or time. Let certainty settle in my strength. Allow my steady hand to guide unsteady steps. No one can dismantle the refuge I provide always. Absorb what I share, and you will flourish. Your spirit will stay lively, revealing steady growth because you have anchored yourself in reality that cannot shift. When shadowed thoughts gather, refuse to let despair settle. My light reaches every corner you fear, pointing toward a clear next step and reminding you that solitude is an illusion. Inside my shelter you are protected. My dependable care stands guard against trouble that rises by day or worry that wanders at night. Let these assurances surround you like a quiet wall no storm can breach. Hold them close whenever uncertainty presses hard. They will not break. Under their cover you can breathe freely and move forward with a calm that surprises even you. Trust them. Rest in peace. Beside me, you can move through pressing crowds untouched by harm. Look around and notice the quiet ways I safeguard you, surrounding you with help that needs no spotlight. The future loses its threat when you remember where you stay, within my shelter. My fortress wraps around you, offering reliable security beyond anything built by hands. Do not measure protection by what eyes record. Recognize the deeper cover that stands whether skies grow bright or heavy. I do not vanish when rumors spread or difficulties rise. I remain, holding space for you to breathe and think clearly. Keep your perspective rooted here, and the path ahead will feel less daunting, no matter how many voices predict collapse. Stay close, and fear finds no purchase ever. I held nothing back from you. I stepped between you and every verdict that threatened to close your story, so feelings of failure and distance would no longer dictate your direction. As you trust me and choose to walk under my covering, you discover purpose that extends beyond passing tasks. I formed this intention long before your first heartbeat, and I stay committed even when you doubt yourself. I see both who you are and who you're becoming. Know that my plans tilt toward goodness. Reach for my hand when you slip. Watch how I steady your footing and lift you from low places. Gratitude rises easily then, and I welcome hearing it. Your calm words of thanks brighten the space between us always. Choose joy. Let it shape your outlook. When someone asks why you stay hopeful, answer plainly, "You know I am near." Confusion may swirl around them, but their questions do not erase my reality in your life. Fix your attention on me, not on passing opinions. If you pause to acknowledge me, whether by lifted gaze or quiet nod, you will witness power unfolding in practical ways. Remember the stories you have heard of impossible barriers falling. They remind you that no obstacle can cancel what I set in motion. When doubt creeps in, review your own history. Have I not shown loyalty again and again? That same loyalty now watches over both present and future concerns. Trust that the pattern will continue without interruption. I speak now because old habits still tighten around you, chaining energy and hope. I intend to introduce fresh movement at the deepest level, so your confidence grows solid. Yet I also enjoy hearing your voice. Share what you notice, large or small. Record it somewhere or tell a trusted ear. Let each account join the growing story of care. Speaking out refreshes your perspective and widens it. You realize I have never turned away. Even times that felt abandoned were seasons when unseen work prepared good results. Keep that truth in view, and you will breathe easier, step lighter, and greet tomorrow with steady anticipation rather than dread. Stay consistent, and the gradual change will soon feel as natural as breathing in every moment. Stand on this certainty. What I declare takes shape. Fill your mind with hope, not dread. Negative thoughts drain energy and narrow vision, while trust opens a calmer, clearer route. My care outweighs any threat you face, and my strength fills the gaps your own strength leaves exposed. Therefore, acknowledge your need freely. In that honest space, my support rests naturally. Voices will attempt to derail you, insisting promises sit out of reach. Answer with courage. Push through hesitation, knowing I walk beside you. Lean back when weary. Let my steadiness hold you. No accusation can control your story if you grip my hand. Together we move forward regardless of resistance or delay. Your confidence will grow each time you remember this exchange of trust. When a persuasive inner voice insists you cannot advance, choose which story to believe. Will you accept the tale designed to diminish you, or rely on the one who shaped you in secret before birth? I hold the oceans in place. Winds recognize my signal. Nothing sits outside my supervision. Some critics underestimate the resilience that grows from conviction, unaware that you stand beneath my protection, shielded by strength they cannot measure. Keep this perspective alive. Let it inform choices and conversations. You do not need to react to every slight. Your position is already secure. Walk forward with head lifted, steady pace, and quiet assurance that unseen support matches every need. Remember, confidence founded on truth outlasts criticism dressed as concern in every season. Should you trip 100 times, I will lift you 100 more. My patience does not run dry. If you feel desperate for change, know that openness itself positions you to receive fresh direction. Bring your concerns honestly. You lose nothing by admitting need. Where you imagine a closing door, I reveal additional routes. There is no requirement to craft elaborate speeches. Simplicity carries weight. Speak plainly and listen quietly. Guidance will come, perhaps slowly, yet steadily enough to keep you moving. Let anticipation replace discouragement. You are not measured by flawless progress, but by willingness to continue. Together, we reshape setbacks into lessons. Each lesson builds quiet wisdom, turning what once seemed loss into practical understanding for future paths. Share that growth freely. Set aside moments when noise fades and tell me everything. I see each tear and understand the weight behind it. You might feel alone, yet every silent sob reaches me. Solitude is never the final truth. Tears act like wordless requests, rising without effort. I hear them. In private dialogue, you will discover how deeply I care and how persistently I guide. Anxiety softens when it meets attentive presence. Even if answers unfold slowly, knowledge that you are heard brings relief. Continue the habit of honest conversation. It clears space in your mind for new possibilities and invites calm to settle. Let this calm feel tangible, like steady breath filling your chest, reminding you that companionship exists beyond any visible sign, always within easy reach. You may hesitate to share the depth of your struggle, fearing it appears messy or shameful. With me, hiding is unnecessary. Let the quiet place become intentional space. Turn raw emotion into respectful openness, and watch how despair begins to lift. Even tears can demonstrate trust, and trust never goes unnoticed. Peace follows, expanding beyond explanation. It is not escape, but steady assurance that steadies breathing and clears thought. Hold this peace closely. It will carry you through pressure that once felt suffocating. By embracing honesty, you trade isolation for connection and guesswork for guidance. These exchanges build resilience, teaching you that courage does not erase vulnerability but holds it gently, allowing growth. Remember, every candid moment lays another brick in a strong, lasting foundation. I remain your defender. When outside voices rehearse old mistakes, I step forward and say, this story is still unfolding. When internal criticism grows loud, lift your eyes toward the evidence of my ongoing care. I do not retreat. My guidance supplies what you need. An unseen assistance travels ahead of you. Remember this whenever you feel exposed. The promise to stay is not conditional. I stay during progress and setbacks alike, guarding the road on which you walk. Rest in that steady presence, drawing ease from certainty that you will never be dismissed or overlooked. Confidence born here will quiet anxiety faster than rehearsed arguments. Carry it into conversations, decisions, and quiet thoughts, knowing that permanent backing stands behind every reasonable risk you take. I walk with you into open opportunities and celebrate each good outcome. You will witness generosity while living ordinary days. Hold that expectation firmly. Let my promises fill your reflection until hope resurfaces with every breath. When fresh challenges arrive, recall earlier rescues. The same commitment works now. I will always advocate for you. Our bond is confirmed by my very existence and is unaffected by surrounding chaos. No distance, misunderstanding, or sudden change can sever it. Place trust in that reality, and anxiety loses strength. Return to this thought whenever fatigue whispers that progress is futile. Remind yourself that reliability has been proven repeatedly, not through dramatic spectacle, but through consistent, steady outcomes that anyone watching closely could verify. Keep noting these small proofs. Let each morning find you eager to trust, ready to spend time with me. determined to cling to words already spoken. You are dearly loved beyond calculation. Voices may try to introduce distance and confusion, yet I speak unity and clarity. When surroundings feel overpowering, withdraw for a moment. Quiet space clears vision. I invite you to rekindle earlier energy, to let fading hopes brighten again. This renewal is real and reachable. My wish is for you to thrive, becoming a source of encouragement for everyone nearby. Share optimism through kind gestures, thoughtful words, and steady presence. Such simple offerings ripple outward farther than you imagine, reinforcing the very hope that fuels you. As you give, you will notice your own joy expanding each day. Hard times will come. Weariness, tears, and late-night questions may linger. Do not mistake these moments for my absence. In deepest shadows, I stay visible enough to guide. When your strength ends, mine supplements it, helping you keep moving. If fog obscures the trail, I clear a way. Should you trip, I steady you. Should you wander, I redirect. No distance gained through missteps can erase welcome. My arms remain open, ready to embrace whenever you turn back, without judgment, without delay. Let that assurance settle into muscles and mind. Remember the simple practice of pausing, breathing, and recalling former rescues. Doing so reconnects you with truth faster than analyzing every fear. With perspective regained, you will find courage rising naturally, even before circumstances adjust. I carried heavy cost on your behalf, facing rejection and overcoming finality, so feelings of shame would lose their grip. Having done so much already, why would I abandon you now? My care stretches farther than galaxies you cannot count. Distant constellations hint at vast power, yet my regard for you exceeds even that expanse. You are valued beyond measure. Every promise I make, I intend to keep. The wider world may present clever shortcuts and empty rewards, but I offer transformation that reaches identity itself, not merely circumstances. Anchor yourself to this enduring reality. Let it influence choices, relationships, and private thoughts alike. Whenever glittering distractions appear, weigh them against patient, sustaining grace, and you will quickly notice how little temporary excitement can satisfy. Allow this truth to settle deeply. I have shown reliability through grand scenes and subtle details. Even events that barely register for you were arranged with your good in mind. Stay open to recognizing these signals. My guidance often arrives quietly, persistent rather than spectacular. Look around. Observe gentle reminders of my presence, and let gratitude warm your thoughts. Simple acknowledgement turns ordinary moments into signatures of care, keeping your focus clear wherever the day leads. The rustle of leaves, a timely message from a friend, refreshed energy after rest. Each can serve as confirmation that oversight continues. Train your perception to notice them, and you will find encouragement woven through the routine fabric of life. Such awareness nurtures steady optimism and draws worry's sting daily. Bring me your conflicts, regret, and despair. No sorrow lies outside compassionate reach. I have met you in shadowed places, lifting weight from shoulders grown tired. Problems lose intensity when faced openly with support. Running from them gives them room to grow. Confronting them with shared strength shrinks their hold. If you fall again, I will raise you again. Commitment does not falter because of repeated need. Each lift reinforces resilience and teaches grace toward yourself. View setbacks as reminders of ongoing collaboration rather than proof of inadequacy. As you learn from each attempt, courage thickens and perspective widens. Together we convert stumbling blocks into stepping stones that point farther down the road, marking progress others will later find encouraging for their own journey ahead. You might wonder why I invest so deeply. The answer is simple. Care defines my nature, and you receive it freely. I see you listening now, absorbing these assurances. Take them seriously. You are meant for a full life. Gifts await. Perhaps not the ones you forecast, but those bringing genuine satisfaction and lasting meaning. Trust opens the hands to receive. As certainty increases, you will observe remarkable developments even amid pressure. Your life will shine, unmistakable proof that sustaining grace outweighs hardship. Observers may look for dramatic fireworks, yet they will notice instead a steady glow that quiets doubts and draws questions. When asked, speak honestly about the source of that glow, offering hope rather than pride. Shared hope multiplies, brightening every surrounding corner quickly. Begin each day with respect. Raise your eyes, stretch, or whisper thanks. Any sincere gesture secures awareness of my nearness. Connection brings clarity. Solutions emerge without forcing. Fresh perspectives appear. Creativity flows freely. I remain the source of all good. Keeping that in mind sets a healthy tone for decisions ahead. Challenges still arise, yet grounded focus prevents them from dominating the horizon. Let conscious gratitude guide your opening steps, so the rest of the path benefits from balanced footing. If distractions crowd in, pause again, breathe, and recall the earlier moment of thanks. These repeated pauses act like small anchor points, preventing drift. Over time, you will notice calmer responses, clearer reasoning, and spontaneous generosity toward others, sharing your daily environment at every turn. When worries from yesterday resurface, stand firm. I am ready to flood your thoughts with hope, pushing fear aside so you can step into this new day. Even if surrounding noise tries to distract you, protect your focus. Make room for stillness. In quiet moments, I remind you of unbroken reliability and my intention to see you succeed. Do not confuse silence with absence. I whisper direction when choices blur and encouragement when you feel like shrinking back. The more you practice listening for that gentle guidance, the easier it becomes to notice. Eventually, you will sense reassurance woven through routine sounds. Footsteps, kettle boiling, distant laughter. Each recognition strengthens conviction and trims anxiety, replacing aimless tension with purposeful movement toward meaningful goals around you. I notice fatigue in your eyes and the small tears you try to hide. I also notice the spark that refuses to go out. Give me that spark. I will turn it into steady flame. Hard experiences have refined you, aches, betrayals, broken promises. Through each, your compassion deepened, your resolve strengthened, and your capacity to care broadened. None of those seasons were wasted. Every trial became raw material for future empathy and wisdom. Now, when you meet others carrying similar burdens, you will understand their silence and speak encouragement that rings true. This shared understanding transforms former pain into practical help. Recognize the value gained and release lingering resentment. Doing so frees space for fresh joy and creativity to arrive unforced into your experience today. When someone stumbles along a familiar path, you can stand nearby with insight and patience, proving that recovery is possible. Share lessons honestly, without exaggeration, and your authenticity will inspire. Think of each lesson as a light set at ground level, bright enough to show the next step, but not so blinding that it draws attention to itself. Offer these lights freely, expecting nothing in return. The act of sharing deepens your own understanding, reinforcing confidence. Over time, a quiet network of encouragement grows, connecting people through genuine support rather than empty slogans. In this way, past hardship yields ongoing good that extends far beyond your immediate view for many future years. The moment for freedom is here. Your darkest valleys and greatest regrets do not define you. I am writing a new chapter. Old adversaries may attempt to return, but stand tall in strength that flows from me. Remember who you are. Confidence rooted in that memory unsettles opposition. They recognize power beyond their grasp, reflecting through you. Maintain that awareness, and progress will continue. Should resistance intensify, pause and reaffirm the source of your courage. The reminder alone weakens intimidation. Forward motion need not be dramatic. Consistent, intentional steps carry you past barriers. Celebrate each modest victory, however small, and allow gratitude to reinforce momentum. Together we advance, shaping a narrative where previously daunting walls turn into markers of distance already traveled behind you now. My messages resist the pull of fear, greed, and distractions, offering clarity instead. My words guide you toward contentment, purpose, and peace in your life. When you keep these words close, you strengthen your sense of what is real. So when doubts arise, you can stand firm because you remember what I have spoken over you. Recall excitement of our earliest moments. Pause and recall how it felt to be fully known and accepted, how colors shone brighter and hope felt fresh. Let that feeling draw you back to a place of trust. Challenges may have dimmed your view, but I remain steady, present, attentive, and caring as I was at the start. Focus on what matters, and don't let negative voices pull you away from what is true. Come to me willing, and discover fresh calm and clarity waiting for you. You might wonder why past mistakes or harsh words still linger in your mind. Be certain I have removed the burden and set you free. Each new day offers a chance to begin again. Memories can teach you, but they are not meant to hold you back. You are free to move forward with confidence, purpose, and deep peace. Amen.
Thank you.